Welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host for April 13th. That's Friday the 13th, folks. 2018. We're going to look into any new Anon, Q clearance updates, breadcrumbs drops, right after we come back.
We've passed the biggest tax cut and reform in American history. More than 5 million workers have already received a tax cut bonus, a pay raise, or a new job thanks to these really massive tax cuts. This event is dedicated to you, the hardworking Americans who make our nation run. And now, because of our tax cuts, you can keep more of your hard-earned money. America was built by men and women like you who never give in, never give up, and never, ever stop believing in that great American dream. You're bringing our country to levels that we have never, ever seen before. That American spirit is back. It really is back.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q. This is indeed a Q.
All right. Welcome to the Patriot Hour. I am Michael. Thanks for stopping by the channel. If you're new, please ring the bell. Subscribe. After the video, maybe comment, like, share. Okay, we're going to look at some things here. We're going to jump right in, folks. Okay, so we just watched that video right here. It was posted about 3 hours ago. We're bringing back our factories. We are bringing back our jobs. And we are bringing back those 4 beautiful words, made in America, made in USA. So, okay, and we read everything else in the last video. I'm going to check for any... no new Q. Just wanted to make sure for you. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Okay, I had a few things here I can talk about. I want to talk about the FISA court abuse. Now, so we know the real reason, and I've said this before, that Hillary did not get charged. I was listening to something a little bit ago here. It just made me think a little more. But yeah, this new book by Comey, for example, that shouldn't even be allowed to be out. It's a ongoing investigation still, as far as we know. You know, he had privy knowledge. I don't know if he should be able to write a book based on who he was, you know, who he was working for, investigating. And we know that that's now being looked at again. So here's this guy writing a book. I don't even know if the book should be able to come out next week. But Hillary, on her server, we know that Obama went on record. He went on to some Sunday morning show, and they had asked him straight up, when did he find out about the server? Her having a rogue basement server that wasn't part of the government system. And he's like, well, when you guys broke the story. But we know through WikiLeaks and other FISA polls now, through some of the other good people out there, Judicial Watch, that they started seeing this one name come up a lot that was emailing her. So they looked into it, and it turned out to be Obama, that he had a pseudonym. And so did a lot of other people on the panel within his circle. So if they would have indicted her, most likely it would have turned into them indicting all the other people around Obama that had a pseudonym and emailed her, and Obama himself. Now, if that would have led anywhere, we don't know. It never happened. But that is the main reason that she did not get indicted, because it would have led to lots of other people being indicted. Obama and several other people. So Comey's book, just the title alone blows me away, folks. So let's see here. Here we go. 2 hours. Trump lashes out at James Comey. New book. Guilty Hillary. James Comey reveals. Transcript. Loretta Lynch talks Cohen. Hillary. New book. What is the name of that book again? Trump lashes out at James Comey after a new book reveals an odd request. Untruthful slimeball. Ooh, nice little ad there. I am in no way, shape, or form endorsing that. What is the name of that book? A Higher Loyalty. Truth, Lies, and Leadership, which is... So President Trump has launched into a public tirade over newly released details from the former FBI Director James Comey's highly anticipated new memoir. In a pair of tweets Friday morning, the president called Comey a weak and untruthful slimeball. I read these tweets in my last video, and it said it was my great honor to fire him. So James Comey is a proven liar, leaker, and liar. Virtually everyone in Washington thought he should be fired for the terrible job he did until he was, in fact, fired. He leaked classified information for which he should be prosecuted. He lied to Congress under oath, which is weak and untruthful slimeball who was, as time has proven, a terrible director of the FBI. His handling of the crooked Hillary Clinton case and the events surrounding it. It'll go down as one of the worst botched jobs of history. It was my great honor to fire James Comey. Trump's tweets come as multiple media outlets rush to release details of Comey's new 304-page memoir, A Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies, and Leadership, which is scheduled to be released Tuesday. Comey will appear on ABC's 2020 Sunday night in an interview with George Stephanopoulos. The New York Post was the first to report details from the book. So, let me see here. Focusing on Comey's claim that Trump asked him to investigate allegations he paid for Russian hookers to urinate on a hotel bed at the Ritz-Carlton during a trip to Moscow in 2013. He brought up what he called the golden shower thing, adding that it bothered him if there was even 1% chance his wife Melania thought it was true. Comey wrote, he just rolled on unprompted, explaining why it couldn't possibly be true, ending by saying he was thinking of asking me to investigate the allegation to prove it was a lie. CNN also obtained a copy of this book. Who cares, okay? And outlined Comey's comparisons between Trump and the mob bosses Comey prosecuted during the earlier part of his career. So, all right, let's just go over these 5 standout passages from the Comey's book. As more and more reporters post excerpts from the Comey yet to be released book, here are 5 of the most surreal passages that have been made public so far. Number 5, Comey on the now infamous loyalty dinner with Trump at the White House on January 27, 2017, which he compared to Sammy the Bull, Casa Nostra induction ceremony. The setup of the dinner, both the physical layout of a private meal and Trump's pretense that he had not already asked me to stay on multiple occasions, convinced me this was an effort to establish a, patronage relationship. Somebody probably had told him, or maybe it just occurred to him at random, that he'd given me the job for free and that he needed to get something in return. This only added to the strangeness of the experience. The President of the United States had invited me to dinner and decided my job security was on the menu. Number 4, Comey on the reaction of the embattled White House Chief of Staff John Kelly, who was still Trump's Secretary of Homeland Security at the time, to the news of Comey's firing. Kelly said it was sick about my firing that Kelly said he was sick about my firing and that he intended to quit and protest. He said he didn't want to work for a dishonorable people who wouldn't treat someone like me in such a manner. I urged Kelly not to do that, arguing that the country needed principled people around this president, especially this president. 3, Comey felt Trump was sitting on a throne when he met him in the Oval Office, pointing out that neither President George W. Bush nor President Barack Obama would sit behind the Resolute desk during meetings. Though this was not the first time I'd seen the new president, it was the first time I had seen him in his new office. He didn't look comfortable. He was sitting, suit jacket on, close against the famous Resolute desk, both forearms on the desk, but when the president sits on a throne, protected by a large wooden obstacle, as Trump routinely did in my interactions with him, the formality of the Oval Office is magnified and the chances of getting the full truth plummet. Number 2, Comey hinted at potential damaging information involving former Attorney General Loretta Lynch, who he said had a tortured half-out, half-in approach to the investigation into Clinton's handling of classified emails. The sources and content of the material remains classified as I write this. Had it become public, the unverified material would undoubtedly have been used by the political opponents to cast serious doubt on the Attorney General's independence in connection with the Clinton investigation. So, there you go, folks, right there. Comey hinted at a potentially damaging information involving former Attorney General Loretta Lynch, who had a tortured half-out, half-in approach to the investigation into the Clintons' handling of classified emails. The source and content of that material remains classified as I write this. Okay, so number 1, Comey didn't hold back about his personal opinions on President Trump. This president is unethical and untethered to the truth and institutional values. His leadership is transactional and ego-driven about his personal loyalty. So, okay, goes on to say Comey doesn't accuse of Trump of committing any crimes. Look here for a second. This updates on its own anyway, but I just like to make sure. Okay. So there you have it, folks. James Comey. I don't know if he should have wrote the book either. It's just like these people can't just go away and just kind of... But, so we'll see. It's very interesting, all the other investigations, I don't know who else, several, 4 or 5 different FBI investigations into the Clinton, the foundations, and every time, we didn't find nothing. And, is that just the key people put in place to make sure they find nothing or to change wording? We'll see. Hopefully all this, this is what the whole flip's going to be with Trump, his whole plan, everything, the collective Q, military intelligence, they must have a plan. We're seeing it unfold, and I think it's just when it finally flips, they're probably, that we already got all the evidence. I think that's something else. Some of these people are investigating at the same time. Other things are kind of being more highlighted in the mainstream. They're painting a real different picture. It just depends on if you're watching CNN, MSNBC, or any of them channels. You're going to get a heck of a lot different picture painted than what's really happening. So let's keep doing our investigative work, looking into things, doing our the best we can to get to the bottom of everything. And any great comments, please leave them below. We really appreciate all the comments. It's led us on to many different avenues to research for myself and the other guys as well. So we really appreciate all the conversation going on. Keep it up. We truly depend on it, appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else does. So like, share, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Take a look around. There's some great other videos. I just put one on a few weeks ago. What is QAnon? And that is pretty up to date. There's been some new things that could probably be added in. I might end up making another one. So again, I'm Michael. God bless. Have a great evening and weekend. I'll be back at some point later tonight, tomorrow. Any new Q post, I'm going to be on it. So we appreciate it. Again, God bless. Godspeed. Good evening.
You know what letter that is, Grover?
I think so.
What letter is this?
Q.
Q.